For our note-taking homework, the question often comes up on where to find and how to use the different sound files. There's the News Now, the All Things Considered, and the TED Talks. So I'm going to just briefly go through a little bit about each of those just so you can recognize them. The source that I am going to use in order to show you how to get there is the homework sheet. And but there's different ways to get these. You can even just go directly to the websites, and I will put the website at the bottom of each of these sites as we go, or you can even search for them. You can search for TED Talks, you can search for All Things Considered, you can search for News Now. So there's different ways to get there. This is just one way. So again, if you're on this homework sheet, and you scroll down to the homework assignment details, you'll see the first one there, and this may move in the future. Things may rearrange in the future a bit, but they're the same. It's all the same, getting to the same three places, is to get to News Now. And that's the order I'm going to look at them in, is News Now, and then All Things Considered, and then the TED Talks. So if I click on News Now, it's going to open up a tab. I already have it ready, so you don't need to wait for it. But if you click on that link, it would open NPR News Now. Now, one of the things that some people do that confuses them is they scroll down and they see these related podcasts here, and they click on one of these and they're off. That's something totally different then. The News Now ones are going to be right here, and you'll see them, says NPR News, and there's a new one every hour. So at 5 o'clock, I'm recording right now actually at 5 o'clock in the evening. In about sometime, the 5 o'clock one will show up here. Okay, and so they've got quite a few of them here, and you can do more episodes. You probably will never need that many of them. But to listen, you would just click on one, and
live from NPR News, I'm Lakshmi Singh. The now ex-Minneapolis police.
So that's what it would sound like. And for homework, however many you're assigned, it changes for different classes and things. But you would just throughout the week, you'd come back here. And again, if I came back here tomorrow, all of these will be gone and the new ones will be there. So it just keeps updating. There's a new one every single hour. So that is the News Now. And yeah, you can also set these to download to to your computer via podcasting. That works as well, and you wouldn't even need to come online. You would have them on your computer. The next one down is that ATC, which is short for All Things Considered. I often just call it ATC. And if I clicked on that link, again, I did this, it would be just faster for us. It'll bring us to right here, All Things Considered. And there's a whole bunch of stories. This is just today's. And if you go back, there's the episode for May 28th, May 27th, May 26th. If you wanted more choices, you can click on any of those. Okay, here's the ones that were there yesterday. So there's tons and tons of them, but I'll stick on the ones for today. So to listen to one of those again, you're just going to click on listen. And if you click
he
listen,
pinned George Floyd to the ground with his...
There it is. So you'd listen to them. And for these, you can pick ones that look interesting. Right now, we're in the middle of this coronavirus pandemic. And if you wanted to listen to something other than that, you can find different things that might be interesting to you, and you can pick and choose. Don't spend too much time picking and choosing. Just pick one and go for it. That's my suggestion anyhow. So again, that is the All Things Considered. Now, I do want to make it known, this is not a secret to me, and I don't want it to be a secret to you either, that if you do click on the name, it will bring up a story. Sometimes it will have I guess this is today's student there, but sometimes it will have a transcript. Don't use the transcripts. The transcripts will just hurt you because they're not causing you to listen. You'll be looking with your eyes. And will your notes look better? Sure, your notes will look great probably because you're copying them from a transcript, but that's not what we want. We want you to practice listening and taking notes. All right, the final one, which is sort of the major one of the three of them, is the TED Talks. So if you click on the TED Talks, it will bring you to here. All right, now I'm going to show you a few places. People often ask, what is this? The TED website has thousands, probably, I don't know how many, but it's got to be thousands and thousands of lectures on all sorts of different topics. Now, to get them, there's several ways. One, you can just scroll down. these are the newest talks. Like this is the last talk that just recently was added to TED. So I've never seen it. You've probably never seen it. And tomorrow there might be a different one here. They come in spurts. There'll be no new ones for a while, and then all of a sudden there'll be a new one. So these are the most recent ones, and you can scroll over and see more of the most recent ones as they would come up. Okay, we'll scroll further down and you'll see there are some different topics here. So we have like, these are trending. That means a lot of people are watching these videos right now. So this is one of, for some reason, a lot of people are watching. I don't know why, but something. And if you, again, you can scroll over and you can see other ones that are trending. So these are ones that are very popular right now. This is obviously a topic right now in the middle of the coronavirus, very popular. So if you're interested in anything there, and you can scroll over and see more of those. I'm going to stop scrolling over, but you can know that you can do that for a lot of the playlists. Different topics. All right. Here's one where a lot of people, it says explore playlists. This 25 most popular talks. This one has been here forever. And if you click on that, it will have the 25 most popular TED Talks of all time. So some of these might be a little older, but they're ones that have been popular and they continue to be the most watched TED Talks. Usually there's a reason for that. They're pretty good for some reason. You can scroll down further and there's more. Now, one thing I'll say, there's these ones, the animations, cartoon ones. I'd prefer that you not watch the cartoon ones. If you're going to watch some, watch the real people ones with a real lecture, not a cartoon. But there's different topics here, and yeah, so there's a place to find some by topic. Speaking of topic, right at the top of that web page, when you go to the TED website, you'll see some popular topics here. If you click on one of those, we'll say, I don't know, let's pick one. Yeah, health. I don't want to do health. Society. If I click on society, didn't work today. Okay. I don't use that feature very often. Actually, I very rarely do, so I guess it doesn't work like I thought it would. But up here are ones I do sometimes use, is you can click on watch, browse the library of TED Talks and speakers. And if you click on that, you can sort. So you could actually pick a topic, and I'll do maybe like search all topics. You can pick a topic you like, and we'll do archaeology. All right. And it has all sorts of topics about archaeology. You probably don't have to pick the language. Most TED Talks are in English, but if you wanted to, you can pick English because that's what we do in class. But again, most of them are in English anyhow. You can also pick duration. And again, this is one of those features I don't want to hide from you, but I don't recommend you use too much. It's very tempting to just click on that 0 to 6 minutes, and there's some shorter TED Talks, and that's fine. You can pick some of the shorter ones, but I'll tell you, a lot of the really good TED Talks are longer than 6 minutes. So you can get rid of some of these. I'll get rid of that 6-minute thing. And so I wouldn't recommend limiting by time. Look at some of the longer ones. There's some very interesting TED Talks out there that are a little bit longer, and it's worth your time to learn some of them. And then if you've done some long ones and you just want some quick, easy ones, okay, come in and grab a quick, easy one and do that. And we'll count that. But again, if you're doing, every one you're doing is a 3-minute and 12-second TED Talk, you're not going to get nearly the practice that you need. And we will in class be using ones that are longer, and you'll need to be ready for that. So anyhow, that is an introduction to News Now. I should get back to my main page on this one. So all things considered and the TED Talks. And I hope that that is helpful for you. Again, to find those, several places. One, you can come to the homework assignments sheet on Blackboard. I will be the links are posted on Blackboard, and I will also put the links in this video's comments at the bottom, as well as I will put the websites in the video, so you'll see those below. Another thing that I would like to point out is also on that sheet under TED Talks, you'll see this one that says student favorites. And if you click on that, it will take you to this page, which is a place where if you have especially a TED Talk, but anything that you thought that was really interesting, sometimes it could be an ATC. It's very rarely a News Now. I didn't even put an option here for News Now because those are always changing. But if you find one that's interesting, you can just fill this in, and it'll tell people what it is. So your classmates can benefit from that. And as well as them benefiting, you can benefit. At the very top, there's this link here. And if you click on that link, it will bring you to this page. And this has just a list of TED Talks and other things, but mostly TED Talks, that previous students have thought this is an interesting talk. And they went to the time and effort to put that there so that you could benefit from it. If you put one, it's sort of fun to see. Yours will show up here. And at the bottom, we'll just add to the bottom of the list. And then those will be viewable by your classmates. Now, I'll say I don't regularly monitor this. I don't look at it and review them. Every once in a while I will. Like right now, I'm looking at it. But so it's not always cleaned up. Sometimes there's something with no link or no title and just random things. But there's a lot here that you may enjoy watching that other students before you have recommended as good videos that are interesting to watch. So enjoy those as well.